Hey friends, it's Shereé. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a little unboxing with you. I did receive my IndieStitch box for the month of March, and I also am going to be showing you everything that I created this week. I did some sewing, and then I also did some creation on Canva. So I'm excited to share those things with you. But first, if you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you're a returning person, thank you so much for your continued support. All right, let's get into it. Now last month I opened my IndieStitch box late, so this month I wanted to make sure that I was on top of it. Technically I've had this box for about a week and a half. I wanted to film last week, but my weekend just got away from me. As you know, if you have been with me for a while, this is baseball season, so our baseball schedule is crazy. Both my kids play and they are busy with baseball every single day, and then we have lots of games throughout the week. So there hasn't been a lot of time for me to film and to craft, and so I've been sneaking it in here and there. So I did get some things done this week, and I'm actually pretty pleased with what I was able to accomplish. But that being said, I am a week and a half late to unbox my IndieStitch unbox, but we're still in the month of March. So is it really late? I don't know. If you're not familiar with IndieStitch, IndieStitch is a monthly sewing subscription service where they send you a garment project every single month, and inside the box you get the pattern, all the supplies you need to create the garment, as well as some additional sewing goodies. Now this box I've been looking forward to. It is spring in a box and I'm really pleased about it. So I did peek, and I also got to select my fabric, so I knew what was coming. The first thing in the box is an information card, and it will tell you what pattern is in the box as well as all the other goodies that are in the box. It also has a QR code that will take you to a sew along and a discount code that will give you the PDF version of the pattern and instructions for free. And this month we have the Joni dress, which I'm very thrilled about. First of all, I am a lover of Pattern Scout. I used to pattern test for them, and the reason why I love Pattern Scout is because they have bust cup sizes, which means if you're a busty woman, you don't have to worry about doing a full bust adjustment on your pattern, because you can just select the bust cup that fits your body. It makes it so much simpler, and it also makes the garments fit more flattering. So I'm really thrilled that we have a Pattern Scout dress in this box. This is also a springy type of dress. It is perfect for, especially if you make the long sleeve version, to pair with tights right now while it's still kind of cool, but then you can transition this dress all the way into the deeper spring months and summer. So I'm really thrilled about this pattern, and it is one of the Pattern Scout patterns that I actually didn't own, and I'm just so very thrilled about it. So the fabric, we had 5 different choices this month, and I chose, I'll kind of show you what those look like. I chose a really beautiful linen, and the reason why I chose it is because of the color. This is like a sage green type of color. I love that IndieStitch includes the fabric in these bags, and it has washing and care instructions right on the front. It tells you the content of the fabric, and it usually tells you how many yards is in here. It doesn't say, but generally with IndieStitch boxes, the yardage is somewhere between 2.5 to 3 yards. And so I'm gonna guess, since this is a dress, that it's probably a 3-yard cut. But I'll show you. It's so pretty. Oh my God, it's so pretty. So this is a polyester linen. So it doesn't feel like your traditional linen. It's not rough to the touch. And it has more drape than a regular linen, like a cotton linen. And it doesn't appear that it would wrinkle as easily as a regular linen. So for that reason, I think I'm gonna enjoy sewing with this fabric as well as wearing it. Anything that doesn't have to be ironed is definitely a plus in my book. And while a lot of people love the crinkly look of linen, I do too as well. But throughout the day, towards the middle end of the day, I always feel a bit crumpled, like I look like a mess. So a fabric like this that's gonna be a little bit more soft and drapey and less stiff will probably not have as many wrinkles, and I think I'll just feel put together for the whole day, not just the first half. So anyways, it's very drapey. very soft, and a beautiful color of sage with floral. And I actually bought this beautiful sage colored blazer. I believe I bought it this time last year. And I just think that will pair so nicely with some cream heels and a cream handbag. Oh my God, that'll be so cute. So I'm really thrilled to have received this cut of fabric for the Joni dress. Now, additionally in the box, we have some shearing elastic, which I am so thrilled about because shearing elastic can be a bit expensive. Now, I personally buy it in large rolls for crafting as well as for sewing clothing, and I get it on Amazon, but having these smaller spools will probably work best for my machine when winding my bobbin. So I'm really excited that there's actually 3 of them because this dress actually has quite a bit of shearing. It has it in the waistline and it has it in the wrist cuffs. So you definitely need the shearing elastic. I don't know that you'll need all 3. This is kind of generous, but it's nice that we have enough to get the project done. So I'm thrilled about that. The next thing that we have is some washi tape. And if you don't know how you can use washi tape while sewing, one of the ways that you can use it is to mark your seam allowance on your sewing machine so that you don't go past your seam allowance when you're sewing quickly. So there are 2 different prints and they're so pretty. One has more of a garden print. It's got beautiful flowers and greenery. And the other one has little hedgehogs and mushrooms and snails. Really gorgeous. Let's see if it has the name. No, it doesn't have the name on the card, but these are so cute. You can also use washi tape in your journal, in your planner, but I really love using them, especially for my sewing machine. It definitely helps me and my son to stay on track when we are trying to keep a certain seam allowance. So there's 2 different of those and I love them. Now, here's something that I'm really excited about. Normally when we get thread for our box, we get 100-yard Gutermann thread, roll of thread, but this time we actually have a Mettler thread and it is a much larger spool. I'm gonna say it's double the amount of thread, and I'm assuming that you need this much because of the shearing, but we have the matching thread, and then there's a little envelope here that has 2 needles to sew the project. The next thing we have in the box is some heat erasable markers. Now, we have received this particular brand and style in the past, and I love them because they come off so nicely and they don't fade your fabric. So I'm excited about that. There are 4 different colors here, and these you just mark your, say, your darts or pleating, anything that you need to mark on your actual fabric that's transferred from your pattern. And when you're done sewing, you just use your iron to make those lines disappear. This is very handy. Some brands, I will say, will fade dark fabrics, but this particular brand, when I've used it in the past, did not. So I'm really thrilled to have more of those. The next thing in the box is a 6x6 acrylic ruler. This is a really nice ruler. It's super thick and sturdy. I have bought rulers like this in the past, and sometimes they can be a bit flimsy, which means when you go to use them to make a straight line, it can bend on you and then your line is less precise. Or if you use this to line up fabric to cut, then, you know, if it's flimsy, it won't stay in place and you won't have an even cut. So this one's really good and sturdy. I'm really glad to have this in the box. I'm definitely going to use this for all my small crafts, and it's such a great addition. So wow, I'm really excited about that. Lastly, in the box, we have the pattern. And for this month's pattern, it is printed in black and white, no colors. It does have the different dash lines for the different sizes. However, they are not colored. So when you do trace this pattern out or cut it out, I suggest highlighting your size so that you don't accidentally cut the wrong size. But I love their paper that they select for the IndieStitch boxes. It is more sturdy and durable and does not rip as easily, and it lasts a long time. So that's everything that was in this box. This is a really good box, and I'm so pleased with everything. I definitely will get use of everything. And yeah, the fabric itself is just so gorgeous. Let me show you one more time. This is the gorgeous fabric. And again, it is a polyester linen, and it's just so drapey and beautiful. I love it. If you're curious about IndieStitch and you'd like to sign up for your own subscription, please use the link in the information section below. It will take you directly to their website and you will be able to sign up there or get additional information. This is an affiliate link, so if you use my link, I will get a small commission, but all money that I generate from commission goes right back into my channel, and it helps me out a lot. Anyway, let's move on. I have been busy this week. So earlier in the week, I wanted to do some sewing and just didn't have time for it. So I played around on my iPad and I designed some new bookmarks. And these are bookmarks that I've created using Canva. And so if you have a Canva Pro subscription, you can actually utilize their images to create products. And the only thing that you have to do in order to be able to use these products to sell is change them up, add your own wording, add your own art to it, change up the colors. You just can't use it exactly the way it is displayed in the pro setting, right? So I created some bookmarks and they do have templates for the bookmark sizes, but you can also create your own canvas sizes to whatever measurement that you want or like. And the first one I designed has lace in the background and it's got flowers and it says hot date with my book boyfriend. And I made this when I was thinking of my friend who loves romance novels. And so I just thought it was really cute. And the way that I make them is that I print them, and it is double-sided. So there's a print image on the back as well. But the way that I make them is I print them out on a beautiful glossy photo paper, and then I laminate them and I cut them and round the corners. And so that's how I make them. They're nice and sturdy and really pretty and easy to make. I enjoy playing around with Canva and Procreate, and it has just been such a joy to create things like this. And so I've made quite a few because eventually I'm going to add them to my Etsy shop, which my Etsy shop, I don't have any products on there yet. I'm just kind of making things and building up my inventory before I open my shop, but I will definitely let you know once it's available to shop. Okay, so the next one that I designed is this one, and it says Endless TBR, and I love it. It's just so cute. Now this one I did a plain white background, but it's got a lace trim and some beautiful books, and it's pink. I just love it. It's girly, it's fun, and it makes me happy. The last bookmark that I designed this week is this pretty pink one with the lace background, and it has an open book on the back, and it says just a girl who loves books. Now in a previous video I uploaded, I shared a tote bag that had an embroidery image on it, and it said just a girl that loves books, and someone commented that if I was going to be selling my tote bags that I need to use proper English and that it should be just a girl who loves books. So thank you for pointing that out. I have fixed that on both the embroidery file as well as my bookmarks. So thank you. And that's just a note that if you purchase an embroidery file on Etsy and there is an issue with it, like improper English or something like that, oftentimes you can email the designer and they will make the adjustment for you. So that's what I did. I contacted her and she changed the wording for me. So anyway, those are the bookmarks that I made. I'm so pleased with how they turned out, and they're so much fun to make and also really simple and a low cost craft to make. Now let's talk about the things that I made. Now I only had time to sew on Friday night, and I stayed up until 1:45 to 2 a.m. sewing. And I told myself that I needed to sew up all the projects that I had previously cut up and had ready to go. And I definitely want to make sure that I make an effort to sew as much as I can, at least one day a week. So that being said, I made this stack of things here using that gorgeous book fabric that I shared with you in my fabric haul video. This is the first thing that I made, and it is a pencil pouch. It's the perfect size for pens, pencils, markers, highlighters, Post-its, annotating supplies, so you know, the little sticky flags and things like that. It's just such a cute little size, and it has this great zipper on it, and I love the way it looks. The little worms are adorable, the books are so pretty. I just love it so much. So this was the first thing that I made, and then I made 1, 2, 3 book covers for paperback size books. And they are just so gorgeous. I love the way they turned out, and this is what the elastic back looks like. Really thrilled with how these turned out. And the hard thing about making little things like this is that I want to keep them for myself, but I really also want to put them on my Etsy shop. So I can't keep them, but maybe I'll make an extra one for myself. Now this fabric was one that was purchased at Joann, and I used every single piece of it. So I'm going to try and see if my local Joann has more of it, because I definitely love it enough to buy enough to have on stock. So I did only sew up what I had in that fabric, and this is all I could get out of the amount of yardage, and I believe I bought 2 yards of this fabric. So definitely want to go back and get more before it's too late, and hopefully it isn't already too late. The next thing that I made was 2 different book sleeves. These are for paperback size, and this one just has a pocket in the front, and it is lined in black fabric. And then this one has a little snap closure. And so I'm not sure which style I like better, but I wanted to do 2 different styles. So these came out really lovely. I also made a large hardback book cover in the same fabric, and this is the size difference between the paperback and the hardback. And I love the way that turned out as well. I do think that the paperback size is my favorite as far as this print is concerned. I just think it looks so cute. And I made 2 of the large book sleeves, and they have the pocket in the front but no snap closure. So that's everything I was able to get out of 2 yards in this fabric. I did cut out 4 coasters out of this fabric that I haven't sewn yet, as well as 4 coffee cuffs. So those I still have to sew up, but that's what I was able to get out of 2 yards. So I definitely want to go back and get more of this fabric because it's just so stinking cute and I love it so much. That was everything that I made this week. I already pre-cut some cosmetic cases that I want to sew up in some spring fabrics, and hopefully I'll be able to film a sew along on how I make them. Now there are tons and tons of sew alongs out there, but in my sew along I will show you how to create your pattern so that you don't actually have to buy a PDF pattern from someone else. And if you still want to buy a PDF pattern, you absolutely can, but they are not too terribly hard to draft yourself. So I will show you how to do that in that video. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please do give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe to my channel. I hope you have a fantastic day and a wonderful week. Talk to you soon. Bye.